Friday, February 23rd, and we have a lot lined up for you. This is Lookup Weekend. I am Nancy Nelimo. Our sign language interpreter is Felista Adundo. And as the world mourns Kelvin Kiptum, we got all the details covered of how the procession went down today and so much more in the world of sports and in the politics as well. Before we get into all that, here are our top stories.
Tonight on Lookup Weekend.
I'll clearly miss your company. We'll smile again. Till we meet again, my love. Dance with angels.
Emotions run high as marathon sensation Kelvin Kiptum is laid to rest in Iberi, Uasin Gishu County.
Also done a record 20 locations and a record 25 sub-locations. Not commensurate with the figures that need to be operated or operationalized. State departments and authorities ask for a bigger share as the 2024-2025 budget preparations take shape.
Mtoto kijana ya miaka 25 pamoja na mtoto yake ya miaka 1.5 wameuawa.
2 people killed, 1 injured in a bandit attack in Lolmolog village, Samburu County.
Once more, welcome to the program. The hashtag is Lookup Weekend. You can catch us across all our social media platforms. We are at Lookuptv on X, Lookuptv on Facebook, and Lookuptv on our YouTube channel. Let's begin. President William Ruto now says Kenya has lost a famous athlete who shined the worldwide in athletics. The president, who attended Kiptum's funeral, accompanied by his deputy Rigathi Gachagua and principal government leaders, named Kiptum as a hero who has built the nation far from being a leader.
According to President William Ruto, Kiptum worked diligently utilizing his talent, breaking national and international records at a young age. His achievements serve as an inspiration globally.
In Kelvin, we saw the future of athletics in Kenya. And Kelvin has stood out not just as a great athlete, but more importantly, as a good person. Alikuwa ni mtu mwenye roho safi. Na tumekuja hapa kumpatia rambirambi zetu za pole na za kwaheri.
Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua extended condolence to Kiptum's family, praising the Kenyan government for prioritizing athletes and encouraging continued excellence in sports.
Your Excellency, your presence here today is a clear demonstration of where your administration holds our athletes. Last Jamhuri Day, Your Excellency, you honored many athletes, including the late, with honors because of your personal commitment to the development of sports in this country.
World Athletics head Sebastian Coe expressed global sadness over Kiptum's death, commending the young athlete for reaching the pinnacle of success in his short life.
Kelvin, you will be missed. Our grief and sadness will take time to dissipate. Rest assured, your achievements are treasured, indelible, and secure.
Nike Vice President Brett Holtz acknowledged Kiptum's dedication and collaboration, assuring that the company will continue to remember him and his family.
Kelvin became an immediate and impactful member of the Nike family, bettering the sport and our Nike brand forever. He taught us that equal parts humility and hard work were the cornerstones of greatness.
John Matava, Lookuptv.
Right, and us here at Lookuptv, we send our condolences to family and friends. Moving on, as preparations for the 2024-2025 budget continues, representatives from various state institutions appear before the committee to present their budget estimates. This comes as the Parliament rolls out collection of proposals that will lead to the drafting of government's budget for the next financial year. Stanley Lugaria now reports.
Appearing before the Parliamentary Committee on Administration and Security, the Interior Principal Secretary Raymond Omolo, the Inspector General of Police Japhet Kome, among the representatives heading offices in the government, demanded for increased funds to run their offices in the 2024-2025 budget.
Pretty unfortunate that the chiefs and the assistant chiefs appear to be left out in very critical role which they are meant to address. This is something we will take up immediately, particularly in the recruitment of NPRs, because the NPRs are locals. So county commissioners and DCCs are not locals.
Omolo emphasized that his office is in the process to deal with the entire issue of national security in the country, reiterating on the importance of proper funding.
Why has there been a delay in operationalizing the previously gazetted ones? Away from the issue of resources, there are particular areas where there have been contestations, and there are cases where we have even had to go to court. So that explains partly why there has been a delay in operationalization.
Police IG Kome, for his part, urged for 57 billion more to enable the projects of the Police Service Department, further failing to explain properly about the Mbagathi and Kanyongo Police Hospital projects and the stalled projects for the construction of police air wing and institutions training centers.
Even as we move forward the chair, we are looking at, because there are several needs. We need to recruit. We need to kit the officers. The truth is, the status out there is not good. They are not properly kitted. Kitting alone, those officers will require almost 3 billion. For quite a while, we have not bought additional vehicles.
The Controller of Budget, Margaret Nyakango, avoided the issue of the e-citizen payment system, directing the audit role to Auditor General Nancy Gadongo, as she pushed for allocation increment to her office of more than 147 million shillings.
Just by passing, do you have any role in approval of the allocations?
We'll continue to undertake monitoring and reporting in the implementation of government programs and projects at the county level. Due to inadequate funding, the office has not been able to monitor implementation of projects at the national level in the past.
As preparations for the budget 2024-2025 takes its course, various parastatals have continued to appear before the National Assembly committees. One thing that is emerging clear is that the budgetary or parastatals are complaining of constrained budgets, and each one of them demanding for an increase in its budget. Stanley Lugaria, Lookuptv, at the Parliament Building, Nairobi.
Thank you, Lugaria. Now back to our top story. World athlete champion Kelvin Kiptum was laid to rest at his home in Uasin Gishu County. His funeral mass took place at Chipsamo, Elgeyo Marakwet, and was attended by record holder athletes, colleagues from international federations, and government leaders. Kiptum's family and close relatives have mourned him as a strong leader and role model.
A young life gone too soon. World record beater Kelvin Kiptum was laid to rest today, a day that marked the end of his short but illustrious journey in the world of athletics at the age of 24. Early Friday morning, athletes from across the globe joined family and residents at Chepkorio village in Iten, Elgeyo Marakwet County to pay their last respect. The untimely departure of the late Kelvin Kiptum has not only robbed the family of a dependable confidant, but has also left a scar that will take ages to heal. The reality of the death of Kiptum hit the family hard, with the late Kiptum's mother and father engulfed with emotions and deep thoughts, having just lost their only son. His lifeless body that lay right before them was more than a sharp pain stab in their hearts. Kiptum had cut a niche in the world of athletics. His Chicago Marathon record had been ratified just a week to his untimely death. And so, at around 9:30 a.m., thousands of mourners thronged Chepkorio grounds for his send-off mass. Kiptum, a strong member of the Anglican Church, Bishop Paul Corriel, led the mourners into the sermon.
Nitapiga makoti nimwombe msamaha.
Tributes poured in. Kiptum's widow, Asinal Rotich, with uncontrollable tears, gathered some strength to pay respect to her husband, a man with whom they were blessed with 2 children, Caleb Kigen and Precious Cherop. She eulogized her husband as a loving father, one who loved and cherished his family, saying she will miss him dearly.
My dear love, I can't learn how to say goodbye to you with weak fingers and pain in my heart. It's unbelievable that today I've learned to stay with our beloved kids. We have been planning for a big day to tie our knots in colorful wedding ceremony in April 2024. But God's plans are greater.
Fellow athletes, friends, guests and leaders from all corners of the world attended in matching clothes, a picture of Kiptum on their chest as they narrated his attributes while he was alive, not to mention the bravery and honor he gave Kenya in the year 2022. Athletes Faith Kipyegon, Mary Mora and Paul Gai from the neighboring country of Tanzania described Kiptum as iron-willed, and his death got them by surprise as they had a lot of hope and expectations in his career journey.
Tumekuja hapa binafsi kutoa pole kwa familia hii na kwa niaba ya wanariadha wote Tanzania. Ni msiba mkubwa ambao umetusikitisha na umetupa wakati mgumu sisi kama familia ya wakimbiaji kutoka Tanzania, na tumekuja kuungana pamoja na wakimbiaji wa hapa Kenya.
At 2 o'clock in the afternoon, the funeral mass came to a close and Kiptum's body was transported to his home for his final lay on a 4-acre farm in Naiberi village, Uasin Gishu County. May his soul rest in eternal peace.
Elsewhere, armed bandits invaded Lolmolog village and injured a young man and killed a 25-year-old man and a 2-year-old baby. The young man is currently undertaking medication at Samburu Referral Hospital, while the deceased were rushed to Maralal mortuary. Faith Charles now reports.
Waves of sadness has washed over the residents of Lomolong, Samburu County. Police officers are patrolling the place to tighten security after the incident that happened last night. Armed bandits invaded Lomolong and Pura village in Samburu West County around 10 p.m. and injured a person who is currently undertaking medication at Samburu Referral Hospital and killed 2 people, a 25-year-old young man and a 2-year-old baby whose bodies are reserved at Maralal mortuary. Suguta Ward MCA James Leroux, who was enraged by the invasion, has called upon Interior Cabinet Secretary Kithure Kindiki to provide and tighten security to the affected areas.
Changasa na ya kufanya mtu kukasirika kabisa ni kwamba mtoto kijana ya miaka 25 pamoja na mtoto yake ya miaka 1.5 wameuawa. Na nataka kuambia our CS Interior Kindiki ya kwamba kuja Lolmolog, kuja Suguta, uangalie nini ambayo inaendelea, kwa sababu watu wamekuwa displaced, watu wanaishi kwa manyata, wale ambao kidogo ambao wameenda kuishi kando kando ndio wao wanaenda kufamiwa sasa, kwa sababu wale ambao wamekuwa IDPs wameogopa kufika pale kwa sababu ya NPRs wa kuchunga hawa. Kwa hivyo mimi naongea nikisema ya kwamba serikali fika Suguta ward, Suguta Marmar ward, ujue nini ambayo kinachoendelea. Basi kuwa kila siku ng'ombe inaenda mali watu wanauawa, leo ni uchungu.
Hedikan Leparachao, one of the residents in Lomolong village, has stated that lack of security and livestock theft are a big elephant in Samburu County, dragging the county behind when it comes to development.
Mimi naomba Rais Ruto kwamba nilikupa kura. Mimi nakuomba uniondolee hii security ambayo mimi nauliwa kila wakati wa Samburu apate development.
Features Lookuptv.
Interior Cabinet Secretary Kithure Kindiki today paid a visit to his National Treasury counterpart Njuguna Ndung'u to hold a discussion on the upgrade of National Forensic Laboratory and other security programs. This collaborative effort is set to strengthen the nation's security infrastructure. And it's a good time for us to take a very fast break here on the program. So much more on the other side. Don't go too far.
Mambo ni mawili, kufikisha, kumwaga na kurudi. Kulala ni mwaka mpya.
Muka we mse. Ni mbaya. Wewe kwani wani video dereva anaendesha gari vibaya, lazima tususe. Anaendesha gari na kwa simu the whole time hata angalia barabara. Iliyopita peke yake watu zaidi ya 3,000 walipoteza maisha yao barabarani kwa sababu ya tabia kama hizo. Hautatuangamiza tukiona.
Naomba msamaha, tutapeleka vizuri.
Si wameomba msamaha. Sasa tuende tusafiri kwa mwendo wa aste.
Dere Smart hufikisha abiria salama. Ujumbe huu umeletwa kwako na NTSA kwa ushirikiano na European Union.
Kipindi ni ukulima ni mali na Manjoro. Kumbuka hapa ndipo unajifunza mambo mengi kuhusu ukulima. Kilimo ni uti wa mgongo wa nchi, na ukiwa na Njoro unajifunza. Kumbuka, angalia mwenyewe. Tunakuambia ukitaka kujua tips za ukulima, ungana na sisi kwenye Lookuptv every Sunday. Unatukuta pale saa 10, tunakuonesha kuhusu ukulima. Ukulima wa mimea, ukulima wa ng'ombe, ukulima wa kuku, ukulima wa mbuzi na yote ambayo yanahusiana na ukulima. Kumbuka nini? Kipindi ni ukulima ni mali.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for staying with Lookuptv. This is Lookup Weekend. Nancy Nalima here and Felista Adundo on the sign language interpretation. Let's continue. The government revenue collection has increased from 60 million shillings to 1 billion following the move to digitize all payments. According to I'll just take that again. According to ICTCS Eliud Owalo, the move to automate government services will bear fruits and make service delivery better and faster.
After the government directed all payments to be made via e-citizen, revenue collection is expected to shoot from 60 million to 1 billion. The CS of Technology Eliud Owalo has emphasized that the action will help bring services closer to the public and ease cost of doing business, adding that it is key towards ending corruption cases in Kenya.
We are already reaping some of the benefits of collaborative approaches in innovating with the adoption of technology and digital solutions in government services. That has been a remarkable improvement in transparency, service delivery, and revenue collection. Correspondingly, we have managed to enhance the amount of revenue collection from around 60 million shillings per day to, in certain instances, 900 to 1 billion shillings.
Speaking during the 4th National Digital Summit in Sawela Lodge, Naivasha, Owalo said that the plans for the construction of 1,450 digital hubs in all constituencies were underway, adding that the government has rolled out 100,000 kilometers optic fiber that will serve 25,000 mobile hotspots.
50 digital devices, digital hubs all over the country. Members of Parliament are giving us the facility, the infrastructure where we are going to deploy the devices.
Murang'a Governor Irungu Kang'ata also lauded technology, saying that it has enabled them to detect all the problems citizens are facing, especially early pregnancies, and how to combat it.
It has helped us to know other problems that exist in our county, including teenage pregnancies. So at a click of a button, you can be able to know whether constituency X or even facility X, how many teenage mothers have gone there.
Shamila Baraza, Lookuptv.
Moving on, angry residents led by Kirinyaga Women Representative Jane Njeri and Kirinyaga Senator James Murango stormed Baricho Police Station, demanding to know why Gishonge location chief was released after he was accused of allegedly defiling a 13-year-old girl. Onesmus Musonye with the details.
Angry residents stormed Baricho Police Station, accompanied by Kirinyaga Women Representative Jane Njeri Maina and Kirinyaga Senator James Murago, after the police station is said to have allegedly released a chief who was accused of defiling a minor. The two leaders inquired about the whereabouts and conditions of the reportedly abused minor, poking holes in the manner in which the chief was released without being taken to court.
Watu wa community ya kwamba kuna msichana ambaye inasemekana alinajisiwa na chief wa kule Kiburu. Alafu kisha msichana akawa hapatikani, na huyo msichana ni msichana wa miaka 13. Msichana mchanga sana, alikuwa shule. Huyo msichana akanajisiwa, akapata mimba, akapata ugonjwa, mtoto pia hapatikani. Kwa hivyo mimi nimefika hapa kujua mtoto yuko wapi. Mwanzo huyo chief nasikia ya kwamba alishikwa alafu kisha akaachwa.
Kwanza niulize swali moja. Ni pesa kiasi gani ambayo inaweza kununua maisha ya binadamu? Kwa sababu wakati yule chief aliachiliwa, yule msichana ambaye ni mdogo kwa miaka, kwa familia ambayo haina uwezo wa kusukuma mambo ili waweze kupata haki, yule msichana alipotea. Nataka niseme ya kwamba haifai uwe na dingiri kujua ya kwamba ukiachilia chief kwa matendo ambayo amefanya, anajua kweli kwamba yule msichana akija kutoa ushahidi, wakija kufanywa utaalamu akipimwa kimwili, itajulikana ya kwamba yeye mwenyewe ndo amefanya hicho kitendo. Atafutwa kazi na atafungwa jela.
Murago and Njeri were subsequently directed to the office of the Kirinyaga West Sub-County Police Commander, who informed them that the same chief was freed on a 30,000 police bond as per instruction from the County Investigative Criminal Officer, CIC.
Nimezungumza na DCI. Mimi ni wakili, kwa hivyo najua sheria. Na inasemekana ya kwamba aliweza kupewa cash bail, ama ile tunaita police cash bail. Na mimi nimeuliza, manake mimi ni mwanasheria, kwa nini hawakumpeleka kotini kama wanajua hawajafikia ile threshold ambayo inatakikana? Waombe mahakama iwape hata kama ni 10 days ama 20 days ili wahakikishe kwamba wamefanya investigations. Manake huyo chief kuachiliwa ni kumaanisha kwamba kwa huko nje labda anafanyia huyo msichana mambo.
Onesmus Musonye, Lookuptv.
And elsewhere, Kirinyaga Governor Anne Waiguru has announced reopening of bars that have complied with liquor licensing regulations starting 5 p.m. today. Waiguru says that so far, 700 liquor outlets have met the requirements and have been cleared and are ready for operation. There's and more in our county rep.
We had closed all the bars of Kirinyaga so as to go through the verification process. We want to report that so far we have verified about 700 alcohol outlets in the county, and they are in the process of being issued their documentation and licenses today so that they can start operating from 5 p.m. this evening.
More than 8,000 less privileged and needy learners who were affected by insecurity in Sigor constituency, West Pokot County, have benefited from bursaries worth 54 million shillings. Sigor Member of Parliament Peter Chakapong, while launching the bursaries at Chester Girls, said the move will help reduce banditry and cattle rustling in the region.
So ni vizuri kueleza kwamba ofisi yangu hii mwaka hii imetenga milioni 54 kwa ajili ya basari. Milioni 54 kwa ajili ya basari ya watoto wetu katika Sigor constituency. Wale watoto wote ambao wali apply wote watanufaika na wote watapewa pesa ya basari ya Sigor.
Kisi Deputy Governor Robert Monda has scoffed the impeachment motion against him in the county assembly, insisting that he is not going anywhere, maintaining that he is rightfully in office and cannot be shaken by threats to remove him by members of county assembly. Addressing the media in his rural home in Kisii County, Monda rubbished the accusations laid against him, saying he was doing the right thing by advising Governor Arati to stop frustrating his procurement officers who diligently performed their duties by overruling them at his private residence.
The practice in public service allow your boss to make certain decisions. And my business as the deputy is to advise my boss. When you advise, you don't come to the media. You advise him quietly. If I were to write letters to the boss, it will spoil the climate for working. So I'll only talk to him and tell him I feel this is not the right way. That I've said. So that I have given him sufficient time for him either to also see what I'm saying or discard it in total, just like he has done.
Maureen Bosire, Lookuptv.
Time now to get sporty. Magical Kenya Open entered day 2 at Muthaiga Golf Club. Scotland's Simon Connor is on the top of the leaderboard with 135. Simon joined Finland's Tapia Palkinen and Netherlands' Darius van Driel. Ronald Rugwayo from Uganda was the only player from East Africa to make the cut. While the journey of Kenya's top golfer Dismas Indiza at the 2024 Magical Kenya Open comes to a sad end with a round of 2 over 142. And the Talanta Hela under-17 football team bounced back to the winning ways after seeing off Fast Touch Suka Academy 4-1 in a friendly match played at the Kesa Rani Annex grounds on Friday. The under-17 team are preparing for trials, with the top performers set to receive a scholarship at the Montverde Academy in the USA.
Tumangalia wamerudi chini kidogo. Inamaanisha lazima isaidha training yao ya shule, wale makochi wako pale shule waweze ku up maybe training yao in terms of maybe tactical inawalemea kidogo, but maybe it's because of maybe games za shule hazijaanza. So maybe these boys they always improve when ball games za shule ziko, but say maybe training or pay enough training ya kutrain. But ile time when nationals at Talanta Hela zilikuwa hapa Nairobi, tulikuwa nao 2 weeks, but walikuwa wamepick, walikuwa wako ready kwenda kucheza competition. Hata sasa unaweza ona talent iko, but kuna basic things wana miss, but that is something that we can work on, maybe through the office of the CS maybe, and the advantage of maybe this program inatuonyesha kuwa maybe national team hatutaikosa players kwa hizo categories zote, because ukiangalia the scouting was done countrywide through Talanta Hela, and imefanya pia sisi makochi tumekuwa na data yao players wote, so hatuna problem na age kuanzia U19, U17, U15, so tuko sawa kabisa.
And just like that, we've come to the end of the broadcast this evening. Let me sample some of your feedback across Facebook. Deno Kim says he is tuned in. Kelvin Kiptum says County 037 locked in. Amy Sikenyi says Kakamega is locked. And Jackie Andrew says he's watching from North Sudan, beyond our borders. We appreciate you for your feedback, and let's continue engaging across all our social media platforms, where we are at Lookuptv on X, Lookuptv on Facebook, and Lookuptv on our YouTube channel. And to catch the latest stories that are making headlines, our website at www.lookuptv.co.ke is where you can catch the latest and be up to date with what's happening around you and beyond our borders. I am Nancy Nelimo. Our sign language interpreter for tonight has been Felista Adundo. Have yourselves a pleasant evening and enjoy the weekend. Good night.